pathetic, I'm so pathetic that I always have found it best, instead of getting them off of my chest, to let them rest on it.
Hi, I'm Murray's daughter, Judy.
And I'm his granddaughter, Olivia.
And I'm his grandson, Jacob.
Hey kids, did you know that Grandpa is turning 90 years old in 2024?
Wait, not 90? I thought he was like 45.
You thought he was 45? I thought he was turning 30.
Your childish dreams.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Would you like to share a memory or a birthday wish for Grandpa?
we wish you a very happy birthday. And long live the grandfather.
Woo! Also, thank you for answering all of our questions. You're a very wise man.
Well, I have known Grandpa for more than half a century, but I wish I had known him when he was buying and selling flags at the cemeteries in Middle Village, or when he was riding the streetcar to elementary school in Forest Hills, Queens.
Wow, I couldn't do that.
That's crazy. We
Or
just
when
ride the bus.
he slept on the couch so that his family fleeing from Europe could have his bed.
That's so kind of him.
I
He's
would
a
not
kind
do
guy.
that.
Or when he flooded the marble game market with the bottle caps he found at the local factory.
Oh.
He's determined.
I wish I had known him when he was taking ski trips in the Northeast and leading them, or when he was dancing with the single ladies or the children of the
ladies. Oh, the single ladies.
of the guests in the Catskills. When he was at Boston Law School, or before that at Queens College, when he worked for the IRS in Washington.
No, wait, you worked for the IRS?
Tax man. So I feel so lucky to have a father as principled, generous, opinionated, emotional, and most of all, one that kept us laughing. Ha ha ha! Happy
We love
birthday.
you.
I love you, Dad.
We love you too!
So this is an anecdote that took place like maybe 4 years ago or so at Christmas time. So every year my mom, Sarah, and Murray and my sister Blake come to Wisconsin for the holidays, because why wouldn't you want to come to Wisconsin in the dead of winter? We were sitting around the breakfast table one morning and we announced to everybody, we are going to go buy new dining room chairs today. So Mom and Blake are off to do some errand thing of their own, and we turn to Murray and we say, Murray, do you want to come with us to go dining room chair shopping? And much to our great shock and surprise, he says, yes, I'll come with you. Okay, so we have to drive to Milwaukee. We plotted a course for 5 different furniture stores. And each furniture store we get to, we kind of park Murray in a chair and we, look at all the chairs. And it was like the first place we went to, the chairs were too fussy, and the second place we went to, the chairs were too like first apartment, and so it was kind of this whole Goldilocks situation. Meanwhile, it started to snow, so we're kind of like, oh God, we gotta, it's not looking good. We get to the 5th and final furniture store, and we park Murray in a chair again, and we're looking around, and we actually start to hone in on this chair. And we think, well, maybe this is it, or I don't know, maybe we're just crazy because we've looked at so many chairs. So we hoist Murray out of the chair. We bring him over. He sits down in the chair. He looks at the price, all well and good. So we're sitting around the table, the dining room table, the next day at breakfast. And, my mom asked, did you buy some chairs? And we say, well, actually, we did. And my mom turns to Murray and says, oh, how was the chair buying experience? And Murray says, actually, and I'm going to use my Murray voice now. He says, I was very impressed by your chair buying process. It was, you didn't make any rash decisions. You were very thoughtful. You didn't overspend. It was very good. So that was kind of, for me, that was like the greatest validation I've ever had for anything that I've done in my life, because here I'm thinking that we killed him by dragging him around on this little escapade. And in fact, he gave us some very, very wonderful feedback. And so to this day, we love the chairs. So thank you for the praise and validation.
So my Murray story took place a long time ago when Lachlan was maybe about 2 years old. Sarah and Murray had come to visit, and I needed to replace my car. So I decided on a Mazda 6 wagon and thought that was like the perfect, new dad car solution. And when I mentioned to Murray that this particular Mazda had a 6-cylinder engine in it made by Ford, I thought I started to notice a little sparkle in his eye. And so then I asked him if he wanted to review the research I'd done and talk strategy. And of course, he was totally into that. So I showed him the spreadsheets I'd made and comparing the base prices. And then there was this manufacturer's discount, and all the 3 dealerships in the area had offered me little promotions and such. And we kind of compared all those. And then we went to the dealership of the one that was most likely going to be where I was going to buy the car. And when we arrived, we learned that the salesman that they'd assigned us this was going to be his first car. He was a really young guy. And so we're going back and forth. We're talking X prices and all these rebates and discounts and such. And his older colleagues are circling and sort of listening in and trying to help him out without, being overbearing. And like, this was just like the perfect storm. And so finally they just collapsed under the weight of, me with my spreadsheets and Murray with his arms folded from the side. We suggested we were just going to get up and leave at one point, and it all worked out. We got a great deal, and we left the dealership. And Murray didn't high five me, but I noticed like there might have been a little high five look in his eye, and it worked great. And I feel like that was the moment. I'd married Lindsay, we'd had a baby, we'd visited many times, but I kind of feel like that might have been the moment that I was officially accepted into the family. So thank you for your help, Murray, and happy birthday. And we just love celebrating with you. So thank you.
I remember waiting in line for gas as Grandpa explained his realization about hyperinflation in Brazil and the talks he was asked to give after that. I remember eating a sandwich after going with Grandpa to an Ollie class as he explained how his law professor would ask him to open the window because of his unconventional note-taking style. I remember sitting in the hot tub years ago in Oakland as he detailed the countries he liked to visit and the countries, or should I say country, he didn't. I say all this not to characterize my memories with Grandpa as mundane. For me, they were far from mundane. These 3 stories alone illustrated the benefits of thinking critically, thinking outside the box, showed me humor's deserved place in otherwise pretty serious situations, and prepared me for how difficult it would be to get a straight answer out of anyone in Japan. Grandpa experienced a lot of things, and he picked a few of the important ones and shared them with me. I was inspired. I learned a few things to watch out for. And time and again, I had a great laugh. And, while I don't know if corporate law is my calling, I knew pretty early on that I wanted to go into business. Like Grandpa, I wanted to solve problems, figure out how to communicate with people, and work towards big, challenging goals. He's been a role model for me, and I love him.
90 years ago, the world was given a great gift. Murray, I send my warm birthday wishes to you. May this day bring you more happiness and love as you celebrate with your friends and family. I wouldn't stress too much about blowing out all of those candles, as you have so many grandchildren that can give you a hand with that. I've always seen you as a person with wisdom and integrity, ready to lend a helping hand to literally anyone that needs it. And I feel so fortunate that Judy introduced us. And of course, I love the Ford VIP bond that we share. I'm so happy, jealous, that you're out there in California enjoying the best of retirement. And I hope the day brings you as much joy and happiness as you bring to everyone who is lucky enough to know you. Happy birthday, Murray.
Happy birthday, Dad. Thank you so much for infusing me with love and curiosity and conviction and solid morals. You've just led this life of great integrity and humor and you've always supported me in all my crazy things I've ever done. You've been there for me every step of the way with so much love and care and generosity and a fierceness. And I'm incredibly grateful to have you living so close to me and be spending as much time as we've been spending these last few years. And it's just been an honor to live near you and help you heal and grow and just listen to you. So, happy birthday. I love you so much. What a magnificent life you've led. With such an amazing family. Nice work.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. I love you so much, and I have a bunch of fond memories with you, but recently I've been thinking a lot about going to the Berkeley Swim Club pool with you and Worlds, and when we'd bite our tongues underwater, you'd say, "Do you need a Band-Aid?" And that was really funny and sweet. And I remember your old house up in the Oakland Hills. Recently, I tried to call you and ask, but I didn't get a response. So I called Junie, and she gave me your old address, and I just looked around, and it brought up a bunch of old memories of Christmases and sleepovers, and I'm really glad that you gave me this family, and I love you so much. And thank you for making my life possible and everyone else in this family's life possible. You are great, and we love you. I love you.
Hi, happy birthday. I'm so grateful to have had you in my life these last 90 years, which I have also been alive for. Haha, funny joke. You've always been such a great jokester. I have so many fond memories of, sitting in the hot tub being told, "Don't get wet," and going swimming together. So many good memories in the water. You've raised 3 strong swimmers and really cool kids who have raised other people who can swim. I'm not the strongest swimmer, but I can swim, and I would say that's part of your legacy. I don't know how strong the rest of the cousins are at swimming, but I'm pretty sure we can all do it. So that's, not bad. I'm so grateful to have had you in my life. I'm grateful for your good humor. I really appreciate the time we've spent together. I've enjoyed playing tennis with you. Yeah, you're such a sweet person and so generous and lively, and I love you so much. I hope you have a great birthday, and here's to another 90 years.
Congratulations to Murray on his 90th birthday. First, I want to thank him for sharing his family with me. For my first 8 years, I lived in Middle Village, Queens, and I spent many happy hours in his home. His mother, my Aunt Rose, would sit me in a big armchair in the living room where the candy dish was always full. As I was an only child, dinner time revealed to me what a large family was like, with so many people seated around a big table. One of my most vivid memories is of Murray putting ketchup on his mashed potato. I had no idea that could be done. Second, I want to thank Murray for coming to the unveiling of my mother's stone in 1997 at Mount Hebron Cemetery, where his parents are also buried. His coming meant a great deal to me, as he and my mother were first cousins. I was also very happy that at the reception afterwards he got along well with my colleague, the philosopher Thomas Nagel, who, Murray might like to know, subsequently won the equivalent of the Nobel Prize in Philosophy. I want to thank him for recommending, when I was on my way to Paris, that I visit the beautiful Luxembourg Gardens. I understand he spent happy hours there with his children, who I'm sure continue to appreciate having such an accomplished and loving father. All the best, Francis.
Hi, Murray. Want to wish you a happy, very happy 90th birthday. What a milestone, fantastic. I hope you're feeling well in your 90 years, as we all feel age creeping on, I can tell you. Hope you and Sarah and the family are doing well, and sorry we're not able to be with you on your birthday. I want to say I've got very happy memories of you from childhood. Mummy was always attached to you, and even before I met you, I knew you were one of her favourite cousins, probably her favourite cousin. And I do remember Gert and George very well, and that Gertie always referred to you as her little brother. And you were a very good brother to all your family as well. So what else can I tell you? We're off to Portugal today. I have not even dressed for the journey. And what I want to wish you is a happy 90th birthday. And as we say, till 120. And let's catch up. It'd be nice if you came to London. And I don't know whether we'll get to California. But meanwhile, there's a big hug and a big happy birthday and mazel tov and lots of love. Francis.
Hi, Murray. It's a fantastic privilege to be able to share one or two recollections with you on this very auspicious occasion. I hope I don't do a Joe Biden and forget too many dates and too many names. My earliest recollection of being with you is on a date engraved on my mind, because it's the day after we married, Francis and I. On September, we met you for dinner on September the 25th in a very nice Italian restaurant in Chelsea. And that was maybe not the first time we met, but it was, 45 years ago, long time. And we were both relatively young, and thereafter we played a lot of tennis, went to lots of restaurants, had lots of disagreements and debates, but I think we were firm friends. And as James said to me, we must have got on because for many years he thought you were my relative, not Francis. In 1994, I came over to Detroit and had a lovely 3 or 4 days being taken to see all the wonderful sights in Detroit, and that was is a very vivid memory, as is your big looping left-handed forehand down my backhand side. I think we played tennis we certainly played many times in London. I know you play with my coach quite a lot, but we also played in Canada and I should think many places around the world. We spent lovely evenings in restaurants chewing over matters, and I hope and believe that you're still as interested in the world around us as you always were. Anyway, let me just finish by saying I very much treasure our relationship. I have so many happy memories, and please God, maybe we'll meet up. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again one sunny day.
Hi Murray, it's James. Wishing you a very happy special birthday. Just echoing my father's thoughts. I always thought you were Dad's relative, because you and him were so pally. But I also remember coming to stay in July 2007 when I had a lovely week in San Francisco with you guys, and to pay my way, as it were. I used to play tennis with you every day, which was a big honour. And yeah, I've always valued your friendship to the family, and wishing you a happy special birthday.
Dear Murray, you've just become a nonagenarian, and it is quite impressive, I must say. Someone whom I like to spend time with in discussions or socially. On our appointed bi-monthly meeting day, you are ready to discuss the political topic our group has chosen, always adding some thoughts in a creative way. You listen to the first topic we have chosen, gather your thoughts, and contribute in a concise, creative, and constructive manner. Not only are your contributions to our discussion valuable, you never fail to delight us with your dry humor and colorful socks appeal. Happy 90th birthday and celebrate your special day. Best, Billow Puri.
Murray, happy birthday. From my 80th birthday to your 90th birthday. And for a cool fact, I don't think you remember that we were both in the same place in Poland. We come from the very same area. Okay, happy birthday.
I think about our living room growing up, and there was this couch. I remember it as being kind of pink, and Dad used to lay on the couch sometimes. He loves being horizontal even back then. And I remember being small enough that I would like squeeze in next to him on the couch and like use his belly as my pillow. And I've always really enjoyed that time. And he would go in there, I think, because the light was good and he liked reading his newspaper in there. And then I also remember we had this big brown leather swivel chair in the family room where I would sit next to him, and we'd read books, or we'd read the children's encyclopedia set that we had, and I'd show him my homework. I remember one time he was so impressed with I had made my own word search with a typewriter. I don't know, it's just all these little memories of just being close and him taking time with me, and he was a very cuddly person, and it means a lot to me. And I think that attention, that energy, and that love has been passed down to me, and hopefully I'm passing that down to my children as well. And I love you, and happy 90th birthday, Dad.
Hi, Grandpa. It's so good to be able to be with you here on your 90th birthday.
I love spending time with you. I've always really enjoyed our conversations. Whether at Judy's house, Macaroni Grill, or your house, that'll always be a really special memory for me.
I'm so thankful for everything you've done for us throughout our lives, from playing tennis and taking us swimming as kids to supporting us through college.
You mean so much to me and have changed the course of our lives.
Thank you for always being there for us. We love you.
Happy birthday!
There's a lot of things that I would like to mention about you, because there's a lot of things that's great about you, but I'll just mention a bit. One thing that I really like about you is your personality. It's different from everyone else's. It's like you're so kind, even at this age where you're 90 and you're doing amazing. Next thing I want to mention is about poker. I love playing poker with you, and I hope to play it when I come over summer, which is actually really soon. And also, thank you for being in my life. I love you as a grandpa, and I wouldn't want to choose any other. Love you.
Hi, Mer. We just got back from watching a movie together with Mom and Lachlan. We went to see Inside Out 2. And the premise of the movie is memories and feelings have a profound effect in forming who you are, your basic beliefs about yourself. So I want to take you back to a memory. It was 2009. We'd all gathered in Mendocino, Albion Station, to celebrate you and your birthday. And all of your kids had gathered and grandkids. Some of Mom's kids, 2, and one grandchild gathered. And we all had this really beautiful weekend together, a very special weekend. David and a few of the kids and I went down to the beach. And somehow we got the idea to make a portrait of you. So we got rocks, sticks, seaweed, foam, whatever you could find at the beach, and made this beautiful portrait of you. We had a lot of fun doing it. And it was these beautiful children who helped make that portrait. And I didn't take a lot of pictures of it then because I thought that I would film all of it later when we brought you back to the beach. It turns out that the beach washed away, the tide came in and washed away the portrait. But I did have one good picture. And one of the parts of the pictures is this eye of your portrait. And as we were leaving, I noticed in the corner of your eye, right where a tear would be, this object. And I grabbed it and I thought I'd give it to you later. So later that night, after we'd opened presents, had dinner, you were happily watching the family be together. One of your favorite things to do is to watch how everybody interacts. And I asked you if I could talk to you privately. We stepped off to the side and I said, I have something to give you. And I hope you understand what it means to me. I said, I don't have a very good father. He's not a very good man. And he was not a very good man to me. But I wanted to let you know how important you are to me, not just as my mother's husband, but as a good father figure to me. And you turned around, looked me dead in the eye, and said without hesitation, you deserve it. And that struck me deeply. And so I want to show you that object. It was a heart that was in the corner of your eye and that portrait. And I want to just say, I heart you. That what you said to me that day changed so much about what I believe about myself. And I am forever grateful. Thank you, and I love you.
I first met Murray at Ford, a very capable but very loud expert on international taxes who seemed to delight in making the financial people at Ford afraid of him. We and several other Ford executives were involved in an investment in a big hotel in downtown Detroit that was going to make us rich when the market improved. That was in the 80s. Now, Murray lives in California, and I live in southern France. But we are not rich yet. My best regards. Birthday greetings, Murray. You are the leader of our PDG pack, first to cross the 90th birthday line. Congratulations! 90 birthday celebrations are only one of your many significant accomplishments. Your contributions to our PDG discussions are based in the range of your work and life experience, giving legal counsel at Ford Motor Company, advising a congressional tax committee, offering important guidance to budding entrepreneurs seeking to develop new businesses, and leading a fine family, people who build their own lives and professions with your model and counsel. Murray, you are a valued member of our political discussion group. Your experiences and comments regarding the readings, along with your wit and humor, keep our group discussions grounded, valid, and relevant. At 90, Murray, you have seen and engaged a wide array of what life can hold. You are often the person who calms the group when news and studies raise serious concerns in our conversations. In your flat-out, clear way, you tell the group to relax, think over what we can do to address the situation that worries us, and then to go do it. Murray, we are all deeply glad to call you friend and to share studies and delve into discussions with you. We celebrate and honor you on your 90th birthday.
Hey, Murray. I thought I'd stand in front of nature and wish you a happy birthday. Soon you shall be celebrated for nearly a century of showing up as a cool father and husband to my mama. And I just wanted to thank you for the solid life that you have shared with her. And you can just relax now. You can just relax and kick up your feet and pay attention or not pay attention to whatever you want. It's your time to relax and be celebrated. So thank you very much for making our lives better. And you made it. You made it. I hope this is your best birthday ever. See you soon.
Hi, Uncle Murray. Oh, what a great pleasure it is to be able to wish you a happy 90th birthday. You've always been such a rock for this family. I have fond memories of how you stepped in for support of Zelda, and support of my dad during both of their difficult times in their lives, and even at his funeral, and getting all of his things together at the end, and taking care of all of the business that needed to be done. And you were just such a rock in that place for myself, my brothers, my family, and thank you so much for being the strong leader and family man that you are. I also recently came across my birth records and discovered that you were are my godfather. And boy, that brought a big smile to my face when I saw that. I know we don't get to see each other all that often, but you do hold a special place in my heart. So you being a godfather made it all the more touching. So happy 90th, and I wish for many, many more. And I hope that we get a chance to see each other sometime soon. Much love.
Hi, I met Murray Schlussel in July of 1997. He had written an ad in a print personals. It was a brochure that was free at newsstands, but I have no recollection of what the name was. It was the best written ad I had ever read, although I was kind of a beginner at the process. At any rate, I answered the ad, and maybe 10 days later, he called and asked me out for dinner. I had been schooled by other women who were better, more experienced at this blind dating thing. And they said, never go for a meal. Always go for coffee or tea, because a meal is too long if you really don't like the person. So I suggested again that we meet for coffee or tea, and he suggested again that he really wanted to take me for a meal. And finally, I gave up and said, okay, fine. And so we met at a lovely fish restaurant in Birmingham, Michigan. Can't remember the name of that either. And I got there first and waited. You had to come down a set of stairs into this restaurant. I waited for, 5 minutes or so, and he came walking down the stairs. I knew immediately that it was the person who had written this ad. We had a lovely dinner. At the end of dinner, he walked me to the parking lot and he pointed uphill at his car, but it was a jalopy or a Jaguar. And I couldn't tell which car he was pointing to. You all, I'm sure, have guessed which car it was. And that was the beginning, and we are still together after all this time. And I love him, and I am so glad that I met him that night. He did say in leaving that evening that he liked everything about me but my hair. That's probably still true.
Words poetic, I'm so pathetic that I always have found it best, instead of getting them off of my chest, to let them rest unexpressed. I hate parading my serenading, as I probably missed the ball. But if this ditty is not so pretty, at least it'll tell you how great you are. You're the top, you're the Colosseum, you're the top, you're the Louvre Museum, you're a melody from a symphony by Strauss, you're a Bendel bonnet, a Shakespeare sonnet, you're Mickey Mouse. You're the Nile, you're the Tower of Pisa, you're the smile on the Mona Lisa. I'm a worthless check, a total wreck, a flop. But if, baby, I'm the bottom, you're the top. You're the top. You're Mahatma Gandhi. You're the top. You're Napoleon Brandy. You're the purple light of a summer night in Spain. You're the National Gallery, your Garbo's dowry, your cellophane. You're sublime. You're a turkey dinner. You're the time